Hello, beautiful people of Facebook. Today is day 99 of 365. Holy bejesus. I cannot believe that we are going to be celebrating 100 days tomorrow. Like, wow. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into today's Facebook Live as I have food in the oven and I don't want to diddle daddle and start dealing with all that while I'm on live. So what I want to talk to you today is about a topic that, let's see if that works. Yeah. A topic that has come up twice in today's conversations with my clients, as well as a beautiful woman who messaged me on Instagram about what she's experiencing right now in her life. So what the topics that have come up is the area around sex, sexual energy, and feeling really good with a man and feeling really unleashed in the bedroom, really reaching high levels of orgasm and ecstasy and feeling like, woof, oh my God. But when you're not in a relationship, your sexual energy goes flat, like your eros, your desire goes flat, or you start to feel lonely and then going towards the lines of depression. So what I want to say is, first of all, amazing that you can reach that with a man already without having to do this level of work. Because let me tell you, it's taken me a lot of work to get to that level of like expansive, like energy flowing through my entire body with Ron. Like it has taken a lot of work. So I want to say like, shit, man, what secrets do you have? Right? So I think that's something that's very beautiful and very much to be honored within yourself, to know that you can really let go and open yourself to a man in the bedroom and experience pleasure with a man without having to do some of the work that I had to do before, but some of the work that you now will have to do. I think that is really magnificent. I have not been able to be unleashed in a bedroom like that until all of this. So that's like really awesome. I think that speaks to some level of safety that you feel within yourself to be unleashed like that in a bedroom. Now, here is the second piece to this. When I'm talking to these women about creating their own practice within themselves and really igniting their own sexual energy, there's a little bit of like, almost like a little resistance to it. And I find that interesting because like, wow, you can really unleash like that in the bedroom with a man. But when it comes to your own intimacy, there's like a block. There's a block. So I find that fascinating. I find that interesting. But clearly, when you are in a place of resistance, that's the place where you want to actually explore, because that place of resistance is there for a reason. That place of resistance is telling you like, this is an area that you limit yourself to. And once you pass that resistance, once you pass that limiting block, you experience more pleasure, more love, more excitement, more joy, more happiness, more peace, more exalted as you as a woman and what you experience in life and in the world. So I found that very fascinating and find that interesting, because to me it's the complete opposite, right? Like I could definitely I wanted to explore with myself because I knew that I wasn't reaching a certain level with my relationship. As a matter of fact, I felt on the opposite. I felt more like resistance with a man and felt more open with myself. And a man that's my freaking, like the man, right? So it's interesting how our own resistances with sexual energy manifest, how they unfold, how they show up in all of our day-to-day lives, which makes us so like unique and shows that each one of us have a gift. Each one of us has a gift. Like I'm sure I could learn from these women how they unleashed a lot in the bedroom, just as I'm going to show them how to unleash within themselves. So here is my thing with with the sexual energy that is where the next level of why sexuality work is the next level to tap into. Because if you're only feeling like that with a man, right? When the presence of a man is there is when you can feel those high levels of ecstasy, those high levels of pleasure. It means that it's always going to be dependent on a man. It's always going to be dependent on him. It's not a self-sourced energy where no matter if there's a man or not, you can get access to that energy. So even though it's great that you can do that, but there's also a side effect to that, which is no man, which means no pleasure, no love, no sexual energy, loneliness. So sacred sexuality work brings the energy that you have been able to beautifully source out to somebody else and source it back into you. And when you do that, I guarantee that your capacity with the man will triple what you're already feeling, but you will no longer feel that neediness or that dependency on someone else. The level of self-love that will get unlocked within you will be 20-fold. If you already feel a level of self-love now, it's going to unlock even more. And the level of inner security that you'll feel. It has to be a little wobbly, that if you know that the only time that you feel secure, or that you feel, what's the opposite of lonely? Companionship. The only time that you feel companionship, or that you feel turned on and accessing all this energy is with someone else, then there has to be a level of insecurity or a little wobbliness within yourself, because without that person, you can't access certain things within you. So this work allows you to access this level of desire, pleasure, love, ecstasy, eroticism, mysticalness within yourself and with God. So I definitely want to make this very clear that sacred sexuality work equals God and sex equals sacred sexuality. That equals that level of masculine love, right? For in the context of God, that I'm using God in the masculine energy, Father God, the beloved. God is what you're connecting with when you are in this place. And I made a live stream yesterday about when you are more deeply connected with yourself, you are more deeply connected with God, because God is you are battery mode. You are an extension of God, and God created us through sex. So you are connecting with with your genesis, with your primordial essence of you as a human being. Do you follow? So the level of loneliness that you feel, or the level of emptiness that you feel when the man is not there, will start to close up, because what you would normally receive from someone outside of you, you are receiving internally. And when you are receiving this internally, that's what really makes you a match for sacred union love, right? Because you are self-sourced. Also, while you are in relationship, it's still important to have this practice. As a matter of fact, this is what Ron and I had to do in order for us to get to the level of sex that we can now, so that I didn't feel like he was pulling on me for sex, right? Sovereign energy. And if you are the one that has a little bit of a higher sex drive than your partner, because that does happen, there are women who have very high sex drives, right? You can also self-source within yourself and let your man rest, because women can orgasm and have lots of orgasms and feel really feel alive, like alive, and men actually get drained, which is also why men can practice orgasming without ejaculation, which helps preserve their energy, their masculine, their testosterone. So if men are always ejaculating, that really drains them. So if you're a woman who has a very high sex drive and your partner doesn't practice, there's a specific word for it, but doesn't practice retaining his ejaculation, then it's may cause some tension, or may feel like he's not good enough, right, for you, because he needs to rest, he needs to recover. So you also get to reclaim power back in your relationship, and allow him to still feel like a man, right, and not feel like he's not being good enough for you, and you are self-sourced in this energy as well. You can reach high levels of pleasure within yourself. With me, like, if you're thinking like, well, I hear you, but like, I don't think that I can access, like, have that level of ecstasy within myself. I usually, like, I need a man. Actually, let me tell you, my longest orgasm so far to date has been on my own. It lasted for 2 hours. 2 hours. I was feeling waves and waves and waves of Shakti running through me. Like, for 2 hours. It was freaking amazing. So you can have these experiences with yourself. And this is me just scratching the surface. I'm just scratching the surface here. I still have to order my yoni cervix one to start reaching the deeper aspects of myself and creating cervical orgasms within myself. So I'm just like tapping into the cervix. I'm not a 5-year in tantrika, right? Like, this has only been maybe 2 years and that I've been working on this and seeing the benefits of it, and seeing the benefits of it as for me as a woman, and my own level of love, the level of relationship within myself, and what I see with my clients as well as they begin to do these practices. Let me tell you, what I have seen with my clients who have done these practices, they begin to feel incredible. Like, one of my clients did a self-pleasure practice on her own, but with this very much really beautiful setup. Like, she basically created a romantic scene for herself. Not basically, this is what she did. This is what I told her to do. And that same night, she had a dream about her future relationship. This is the power of this work. This is the power of this work. This, along with other things too. I'm not going to say it's just sacred sexuality work. There's so many other things we worked on, but this is a piece of the puzzle. This is the piece of the puzzle. So what else do I want to say here? I want to invite you into Sex Priestess. If you are resonating with everything that I'm saying, if you are resonating with, I feel this certain way with a partner, but without him, I feel this emptiness, I feel this loneliness, and I also feel like I can't tap into my sexual energy. And as a matter of fact, I feel there's some kind of shame around that. I feel I've been told there's, from my upbringing, from religion, from even people around me that find that, it's, you don't do those types of things, or shame around that, or whatever. And you'll be surprised at what can create shame in our bodies, that create resistance to certain things, like having a sacred sexual relationship with yourself. But if you're feeling in those ways, if you're feeling like, like, I don't want to feel that emptiness and that loneliness without a partner, and I do feel a little resistance, but I'm ready and willing to explore this area. I thought Ron was there. I thought the oven had gone off. I'm ready and willing to explore this area because I want to feel more whole within myself. I want to feel my own inner companionship and not be reliant on a man. And I understand, or I'm having this understanding, that the more I cultivate love within myself and be a self-sourced woman with this will make me a match for also a man who will give me that and be in that sacred union love. Like, I'm starting to understand that, because if that is what you're resonating with, Sex Priestess is for you. So if you are interested, if you want to talk more about that, if you want to talk more about my one-on-one containers that I have, where you can also get access to Sex Priestess, but also we can really work privately, one-on-one, and really go in. Message me, because I am taking both for Sex Priestess, and as well I will be taking new clients in for August, and we're almost in August. So, and that space is will be limited. I'm not sure to how many women I can start taking, but we'll see. So yeah, let me know, and I would love to talk to you more, have an intimate and juicy conversation about where you are and where you want to be, and if Sex Priestess or my one-on-one containers or anything else that I have can be a benefit to you. All right, I can smell the dinner. So I'll talk to you tomorrow for day 100. Bye.